Welcome to the Iconics Genesis 64 video guide. This video discusses how to add dynamic properties to models in GraphWorX64, how to change the color of objects dynamically, and how to create buttons to toggle values in a display.
GraphWorX64 Discrete Dynamics. Let me show you how easy it is to create discrete dynamics animation in GraphWorX64. For example, you might want to visualize the state of a device depending on a Boolean tag. For that, for example, let's create a circle, and the circle will have an animation which we will call color. Now for that color, we select an OPC tag, which now will be a simulation tag. Let's call it bool1. So whenever this bool1 is different from 0, this is what you have here, active when. You have many choices. For our example, let's keep it on different from 0. Whenever this bool1 is different from 0, it will change into my end color. So black is not such a nice color. Let's take a green color. And that's the animation of the visual feedback of that circle. Now, this local sim bool1 tag needs to be controlled. Now, for our example, let's create a button where we can control exactly that tag. You can see whenever you create a button, it will automatically add a pick action to its dynamics. So we have to define what will happen when we click on that button. You have many different choices here. What we want to do is we want to toggle a value. So we select toggle value, then we can select the data source in the same OPC tag here, and then we select to be value 1 and value 2. With that done, you can see clicking on a button will change the color of that circle. Now, of course, your device will have more than just a running status. It may have a warning status. So what you can do, you could duplicate the circle. You select the different end color, for example, yellow for warning. You select a different OPC tag, boolean 2. And for the same thing, we need to duplicate our controlling button to be controlling boolean 2. Now, when we go into runtime, we can be toggling the green one and the yellow one. Now, just a warning, it might not be enough. You can create a third circle with a red color in it for an alarm. So you select red, and we do the same with its button. You might have noticed that I did a mistake. Forgot to change the OPC tag for this one. So this could happen to you also very easily. That's why I'm going to show you on a second step how we can avoid these issues. Now go into runtime, and you can be toggling the numbers however you like. Now, of course, you don't want to have so much space for one device in its status. So you most probably want to have all three circles, one on top of the other. But that will not work, because as soon as you go into runtime, only the circle that's topmost will be shown. All the other ones will not be shown. So what you then have to do, you need to be aware that you need to hide that circle. You also have a hide animation. That would make things strange, because you will have three objects in the same place and you lose track of what have you changed and what have you not changed. So let me show you what can make things easier. Let's duplicate the circle we did in the beginning. It already has its color change dynamic. And in GraphWorX64 you can add many dynamic properties to the same object. So now, for example, this color dynamic, I can add a new color dynamic, change the data source to the boolean 2, and change the color to be yellow. But there's even an easier way When you already have the animation done, you can just duplicate it. The only thing you need to do is change the OPC tag and change the color. You don't have to browse for the OPC tag anymore. And you know that you have the right animation in it. So now let's go into runtime and see how this looks like. As we did with the other one, it will change its color. But now, regardless of what's happening with the warning, regardless of what's happening with your running value, the alarm status will have the higher priority and will always be visible. This is one big advantage. Now, something else could also be done. Let's say, for example, the status of your drive or your device is not held up in individual Boolean tags, but more into bytes. So you have like a status byte. Now let's make a quick example for that. We duplicate our circle, and for the first color, let's select, or let's create a new tag, which will be byte 01, and it will be of type byte. Nice. So whenever byte 01 has a value equals to whatever I specify in the low limit, let's say for example 1, it will get to be green. Now the other dynamics, I don't need them now. Could be changing them. Let's change one after the other. We select the same OPC tag, being byte 1. And we have also to define whatever this is equal to low. For low, let's take as a value number 2. And for the third one, you can also go this way. Select it to be whenever my byte has a value of 4. Now I want to control that byte. Bring it in. Take that byte value. Go into runtime. And you will see the same animation. Select 1. When I have my 2, it goes into yellow. And whenever I specify my 4, it goes into red. Thank you for watching.